You've already done addition and subtraction of polynomials. In this lesson, you're going to do multiplication of polynomials. And then division, actually, we're not going to do next after this because division is a little more complicated, so you save that for Algebra 2. So, sorry. Anyway, there's a couple different ways you can set up multiplying polynomials, but they're really the same idea. The basic way is to do what we've known as the distributive property. And you've done the distributive property when you have one term on the outside of the parentheses. But if you look at this example, you can use the distributive property. You just have to remember that you have to distribute both pieces into the parentheses. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our x, distribute that into the x plus 5. Then we're going to take the 2 and distribute that into the x plus 5. So the first thing that we're going to do is x times x. Then we're going to do x times 5. And now we're going to distribute the 2. So it's going to be 2 times x and 2 times 5. So then you just do that multiplication and put it all together. So we get x squared. This gives me 5x. This is 2x, and that's 10. So when I combine these two terms, because you should always combine like terms, the final answer is x squared plus 5x plus 10. Okay, why don't you pause the video and try it with the next one. All right, hopefully we match. If we don't, it probably was because you forgot the negative sign with the 4. Let's move on. Back in the day of elementary school, you learned how to do these things called area models, and you can actually use those for polynomials. So if you forgot, the way the area model works is you set it up, there's like this big rectangle, and then you break apart the first number into its place value, so to speak. This would be 2x minus 3, and then the top is going to be x plus 5. You don't need to put the plus sign. And then you multiplied each piece. So this would be 2x times x, which we know is 2x squared. This piece is 2x times 5, which we know is 10x. This piece right here is negative 3 times x, which we know is negative 3x. And this piece right here is negative 3 times 5, which we know is negative 15. And same thing, you just combine like terms, and you write your final answer, 2x squared plus 7x minus 15. So the area model is a perfectly acceptable way of also multiplying. Now, I didn't tell you the catchy name for multiplying using the distributive property, but it has this catchy name called the FOIL method, and that's what we did back in example 1, where we distributed. If you look at the, hoops that we were making, this is essentially distributing, but it has an acronym, FOIL, to stand for first, outer, inner, and last. And what that means is it just tells you what you multiply. So first you multiply the first 2 terms. Then you'll multiply the outer 2 terms. Then you do the inner 2 terms. And then you do the last terms of each binomial. This only works for binomials. A binomial times a binomial. Write that down. If you have any other size polynomial, you either just have to just do regular distributive or use the area model, the box method. So let's just do it using our FOIL acronym, FOIL. So F stands for first, so that's going to be x times x. O stands for outside, so that's going to be x times negative 6. I stands for inside, so that's going to be negative 3 times x. And L stands for the last term of each binomial, which is negative 3 times negative 6. So then you do that out, and you get x squared, negative 6x, negative 3x, and positive 18. Combine your like terms, you get x squared minus 9x plus 18. I'd like you to pause the video and use the FOIL, F-O-I-L technique for letter B. All right, now in example 4, this is a perfect example of when I told you that the FOIL technique doesn't work because you have a trinomial. So you can either do regular, distributive, or the box. I like the box, the area model, so I'm going to go with that one. So I've got it all set up. I put x plus 5 on the side and x squared minus 3x minus 2 on the top. Now I just go through and multiply. This is x to the third. Then I get negative 3x squared, negative 2x. This is 5x squared, negative 15x, negative 10. When you go to combine like terms, typically they're on the diagonals. So you see these will combine, and these will combine. So my final answer is x to the third plus 2x minus 17x minus 10. All right, last example. In hockey, a goalie behind the goal line can only play a puck in a trapezoidal region. Write a polynomial that represents the area of the trapezoidal region. So you have to remember the area formula for a trapezoid. It's 1/2 times height times the sum of the bases, b1 plus b2. And the bases are the two parallel sides. So super crazy, what we're going to do is we're going to take the expressions in the picture and put them into the formula. So I get a equals 1/2. The height is x minus 7. The base 1 is x plus 10. And base 2 is x. So here's what we do. First thing is you always just look to combine like terms. So I will get 1/2 x minus 7 times 2x plus 10. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my hard part first. I'm going to do these polynomials first, then I'll incorporate the 1/2. So let's make our area model. I like that. Some people like FOIL. Some people like distributive. X minus 7, 2x plus 10. 2x squared, 10x, negative 14x, negative 70. So that gives me 1/2 times 2x squared minus 4x minus 70. So now what you do is you distribute the 1/2. So really what you're doing is you're just taking half of every coefficient. It's not going to change the variables. It's just going to impact the numbers. So final answer is the area equals x squared minus 2x minus 35 feet. Now they tell us that the value of the shorter base is 18. Luckily, the shorter base is just the x, right? Because obviously the longer base is x plus 10. So if the shorter base is 18, then really what they're telling us is x equals 18. So you just take that and you plug it in. So let's do 18 squared minus 2 times 18 minus 35. So calculator's powered up. 18 squared is 324 minus 36 minus 35. And that gives me 253 square feet. Oh, actually, my label for part A was wrong. It should be square feet because it's area. Oh, shame on me. So let me just squeeze in. It's square feet for letter A. If you have any questions other than, does Miss Lee know the correct label for area, write them down and ask me when you come to class.